Will one of you finally give me what I desire? Yes, we will.
Hey, what's up guys, CBK here bringing you another Marvel Spider-Man 2 video. Today's video is going to be focused on Venom and Venom alone. Essentially, I'm going to get into story elements and small details I want to see from Venom in this game. I recently did a live stream event with News to Astonish, Joseph Whitty, and Evan Flarka, and we got into some great discussions that helped inspire this video. I'll leave a link to that stream down below in the description if you do want to check it out. It was an epic 2-hour discussion just about Marvel Spider-Man 2. But before I get into the video, if you are new here, Marvel Spider-Man is pretty much the only thing I talk about on this channel, so if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I looked into my analytics recently and noticed only about 30% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. I'd love to get that number higher, so if you enjoy the videos, please do hit the subscribe button. With that being said, let's swing on into today's video. So one of the conversations that we got into in our live stream was whether or not Venom is going to be the main villain of this game, or is Insomniac going to pull a bait and switch when it comes to the main villain of the game. For example, in Spider-Man PS4, Mr. Negative was heavily marketed as the main villain of the game. However, when we got into playing the game, we slowly noticed that Doc Ock was actually going to be the biggest villain. So this leads us to the conversation that we had in our live stream. Could there be a bigger villain than Venom in this game? Perhaps there's a villain that we haven't seen yet or hasn't been teased that ends up being the biggest villain in the game. Kraven will likely be a big part of the story, and Green Goblin of course is eventually coming, but my hope is that there's no other major villain in this game besides Venom. While I'm absolutely out of my mind excited to have Kraven in this game, I'd prefer that he not take over the story as the main antagonist. The symbiote storyline is a very complex storyline, and I feel like the game's narrative needs to focus all of its attention on the story of the symbiote. So I'd prefer for Kraven to be a major part of the story, but not overshadow Venom in this game. I'm looking forward to all of my boss encounters with Kraven and how he's connected to the story, but I certainly don't want him to be the big bad in this one. I feel like in a game revolved around the symbiote, Venom deserves the spotlight and should be the biggest antagonist in this one. So the next thing that Insomniac absolutely has to nail in order for Venom to work in this game is the relationship between Peter and Harry. I definitely enjoyed all of the small details about Harry in the first game. We learned a little bit about what Harry and Peter's relationship was like, but I need to see some time in this game dedicated to making me emotionally invested in this friendship. The reason why Doc Ock worked so well as the main villain in Spider-Man PS4 was because of all the time that was put into fleshing out that friendship. It made me really care about their friendship, and it was why it was so heartbreaking to see Otto's turn to the villainous role. So in order for this storyline to make an impact on me as the player, I need a lot of time dedicated to that friendship of Peter and Harry's, assuming that Harry is Venom in this universe, of course. I'd love to see a mix of missions or cutscenes with Peter and Harry in the present day, as well as some flashbacks or playable events with Peter and Harry. They could essentially do what they did in the Miles Morales game with Miles and Finn. Obviously, we had never been introduced to that friendship between Miles and Finn before, so Insomniac had to make use of flashbacks and discussions of the old times to show us what that friendship was like. It was their only way of making us care because there wasn't a lot of time spent between the two. I really hope that there is enough time in this game to build up that friendship of Peter and Harry in order to make us care about their relationship. Insomniac making us care about this friendship will go a long way in the plot when it comes to this game. Insomniac hasn't let me down yet, so I do trust them with this story. So those are just some of the thoughts on what I feel like will make the Venom storyline successful in this game. I'm sure I missed out on some important details and things that you would like to see, so I'm going to turn the discussion over to you guys so we can hear what you want to see from Venom in this game. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for the support, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.